in the Smith in the state of Texas versus Napoleon Beazley, when he had got the death row, we tried to appeal and go to a habeas corpus. That's what Walter Long was trying to accomplish, but that fell through. So the next step was to take it to the Supreme Court. But in order for you to get into the Supreme Court, you have 9 judges on the Supreme Court, and they have to vote. You have to get 5 out of the 9 votes in order to take on the case. Well, 3 of them said they was going to take the case, and 3 of them said they were not going to take the case. But the other 3 said that they was too close to the victims, to the family, that they didn't even want to look at the case. So my perception of that is, if it's a 3-3 tie, don't you think you need to figure out another solution? I mean, majority of the stuff is common sense, but when you go to the justice system, they don't really use common sense. They try and do everything by the law and by rules and regulations, but in society, that's not really a great way to implement things. You know, yes, rules and regulations, they do formulate and help organize our society where we don't become as corrupt as we could be, and try to keep us as ethnical as possible. But I mean, sometimes you just need common sense, and that will help you out a whole life in life if you got a ton of common sense. Just basic common sense will help you out in life, but I don't know. They just didn't feel like dealing with it. But I mean, you got 3 want to take it and 3 don't want to take it. You could at least flip the coin and say it, but they didn't do nothing. They was like, okay, it's a tie, you lose, To me, that doesn't make sense. So every time you tie, it's a loss. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't. That's not even okay in American society. If a baseball game is played and it's a tie, you got to go into overtime. Basketball, you go into football. That's American society. But why is the judicial system different? In Japan, if the baseball team ties, it's a win. That means no team is better than the other one. So in this case, it was a loss, but God has His ways for doing everything, so I'm not complaining. I'm still confused, but I mean, it's a lot of stuff that confuses you about life, but not complaining.